Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be making an organic mango smoothie. The ingredients you'll need for this recipe will be mangoes, bananas, pineapple, turmeric powder, and some coconut milk. So I'm going to start off by peeling my mangoes. I opted to use a peeler because I was using a knife before and I kept wasting the mango. So if you're very skilled with the knife, then you can go ahead and use a knife to peel the mangoes instead. I'm peeling about 3 mangoes and that will give me about 6 servings of the smoothie along with the other ingredients that I'm using. So while I'm peeling the mango, a little bit about myself. My name is Raquel, as it says in my bio, and my friends love to call me Kels. I really decided to start a cooking channel because cooking helps me think. I prefer to cook whenever I feel like it instead of when persons ask me to cook. Like some Jamaicans, I grew up with my mom telling me to get out of the kitchen because too much cook spoil the broth or something like that. But I still developed a liking for it. I started cooking more after I was tested positive for COVID-19 and I recovered. Cooking would help with all of that survivor's guilt that I felt and all the other emotional stuff that came with it. And that's why I refer to cooking as my therapy. After I have fully removed the skin from the mango, I'm going to go ahead and cut some diagonal and horizontal lines along each side just to get them into chunks. For this video, I'll be using a turned mango, one that's not fully ripe, and also 2 ripe ones. After cutting the mangoes, I'm just using my hands to flake the chunks apart because I'm going to be putting these in the freezer, and as you know, when they go in the freezer, they tend to stick together on their own. Now I'll be cutting up some more fruits. I'm starting with the bananas. These bananas were very ripe, so it was hard to cut them because they kept sticking to the knife, but I sliced all of them. Sometimes when I have overripe bananas, I tend to make banana bread, but I only had time to make some smoothies today. If you enjoy these types of videos, you can go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and also share it with your friends, so that other persons who like these type of content can also give it a watch. Now, after cutting the bananas, I'm going to go ahead and cut up the pine. You do see me have some cantaloupes in the shot. Ignore that. When I'm cutting up my fruits, I normally cut up everything at once and then package them in the freezer so that I don't have to cut up the fruits every time I want to make smoothies. Now I'm finished cutting up all the fruits. Here I have some in a plate that's gonna go in the freezer. Now we're just gonna go into blending the ingredients together. For this smoothie recipe, we'll be using this regular can of coconut milk. I won't be using the entire can because I'll be mixing in some coconut water just to get it a little thin, because if you have any experience with coconut milk from the can, it's always a bit thick in my opinion. I'm gonna add some of the coconut milk and coconut water mixture to the blender. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add the frozen mango chunks. I didn't add all of the milk coconut water texture that I plan to use for this recipe because the blender tends to get a bit stuck when you're using frozen fruits, and you'll need that to loosen it up. If you're making a smoothie bowl, then you don't have to, you just have to be patient with it and it will eventually smooth out. I held the blender before starting it because the fruits are frozen, so it tends to make the blender shake, and so that's why I'm holding onto it in the video. I'm gonna blend that for a couple minutes, checking the blender at different intervals just to make sure that it is actually blending and not getting stuck in the blades. I chose not to add all of the frozen fruits into the blender because I wanted each to break up on their own, and that's why I'm only blending the mangoes first. The pine, however, was not in the freezer, so the pine is not frozen, only the banana and the mangoes are frozen. Next, I'll add the mixture of pine and frozen bananas to the blender, and then I'm gonna go ahead and try to blend that. Like I explained before, the texture is a bit too thick, and now I'm gonna add some more of the coconut milk and coconut water mixture that I had before just to loosen up the blender. After adding that to the blender, you now see where it's able to blend properly. As before, it was stuck and wouldn't blend at all even when I had it on high. So now I'm just going to continue blending that mixture together for about 2 to 3 minutes, and I'm going to stop it at different intervals, checking to see how smooth it is and if the chunks are properly broken up. I also added 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder to this smoothie to balance out the flavors. I accidentally deleted that clip, but I'm still adding it to the video just so you guys can know what to use for the recipe. Mango smoothies are my favorite. I'm not sure if it's because I have a mango tree and I don't eat the mangoes. I tend to make smoothies with them, but I love making them. It's something I make almost every single day now that mangoes are in season. If you do have a mango tree or if you purchase mangoes, I do recommend that you try this recipe. It's very quick and easy to make. It took me a couple minutes to do. And if you want to kick it up a notch, you can also add some rum or some alcohol to it and kind of give it a pina colada vibe. As you can see, it's very thick, it's very rich. The flavor, I wish you guys could actually taste the flavor, and I can actually smell the mango in my kitchen. This smoothie was so delicious. Please tag me on social media if you decide to use my recipe. It's quick, easy, simple. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and thank you so much for coming back to another video. My channel is pretty new and I'm very excited to start this journey with you guys. I hope to see you guys in another video. Oh, also remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thank you.